just a bloke in a bar.
I thought you'd have a desktop setup like a
I do, yeah, PC. Not Mac. Mac can't game, mate. Fuck that shit. I'm a PC man. Windows all day.
So you don't game. You game on computer.
Of course I game on. See, that's the thing. You guys don't understand the depths of... Like, you guys think...
I'm a PlayStation.
You think you know the levels of nerdiness, but you actually don't know the levels.
Well, no,
I pretend to know the levels of nerd?
I think you do.
I think you know what you like. It's good to know what you don't know, and I know I don't know how nerdy you actually are. Like I know there's like a surface level of neckbeard. But
I know when his missus is away, he logs in at 3 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. When she's out of town and he's there fucking gaming.
Well, the writing was on the wall.
Or whatever.
The writing was on the wall when he told his old man he had a bent, like he'd been to bed, but he hadn't. He'd
gamed all night.
Yeah, I was like, would have been like what? Oh, maybe 13, 14 then.
That's almost your origin story. That's when the neckbeard started sprouting.
Yeah, I wish I could grow a neckbeard.
Can I ask you to walk through the dribblers? Just walk them through your desktop setup.
Desktop setup.
What are you running?
Like, have you got one of those like the neon
shit?
signs, the colourful signs?
No. Well, my actual monitor, you actually, I think you can turn on the LEDs, and it's an ultra wide one. Yeah. So ultra.
Is it curved?
So it's curved. Yeah, curved ultra wide.
Of course it is.
144 hertz, I think, which is good for gaming, makes things smoother.
Yep.
Then I've got a 390 graphics card, NVIDIA. So that's a little bit older. I'm considering upgrading to the 490, 480, but there's a bit of yarn around the fact that you're not really getting bang for buck anymore look, put it this way, in the graphic card scene, there's been a lot of drama over the last year.
Is that right?
A lot of drama. Well,
right?
because NVIDIA have upgraded their cards and charging an arm and a leg for them.
Monopoly.
But in reality, they actually, you don't really need them because the console cycle, which is PlayStation, Xbox, is holding them back a bit. So when companies make video games, they have to make them for the widest audience. So if you making a video game, you want it to be on PlayStation and Xbox. Therefore, you are throttled usually by the hardware in the PlayStation and the Xbox.
You're beholden to it.
Exactly. Now, there are some pure PC games or they get released on PC and they
what
kind of go
would be the purest PC game?
Purest PC game. Counter-Strike, probably.
Counter-Strike?
Counter-Strike or World of Warcraft, I'd say.
Okay. Yeah.
Counter-Strike or World of Warcraft.
And are the graphics on that just bellissimo?
No, and that's the thing. Not really. And that, so there's a lot of people that don't really care about graphics. Sometimes it's art direction that matters. Yes. And rather than raw graphics, like World of Warcraft, that's like 20 years old, but people, like millions of people still play it. Actually picked it up again recently. Pretty expensive. And so, yeah, there's dramas because there's NVIDIA and then there's AMD. So they're the two competitors. And there's rumours that the 5,000 series is going to come out soon, which usually puts down the prices of the series before it. So I'm currently in the 3,000 series, but I've got the best version of the 3,000 series.
Right.
But a whole generation has come and gone, and I haven't purchased anything.
What would the 5,000 series set a neckbeard back?
I think you're looking like for the top tier. I think you're looking like 1,800.
It's a lot of money. A graphics card.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of machinery.
Not really, because when you actually, like, let's say you spent $3,000 on a.
Well, it's
PC.
more than a PS5.
It is.
A lot more.
It is.
It's like
but
3 times the price.
5,000 series, that's future-proofing you for years and years and years. Like, you're good to go.
Okay, right. It's like when you're updating the highways and shit, and you put in more lanes than you need.
Yeah, you got plenty of lanes in the 5,000
Planning for
series.
population growth.
However, people say, a $3,000 PC, that's super expensive. It is expensive in the time, but bang for buck, you're playing video games, let's just say 3 or 4 times a week for the next 5 years.
Yep.
It's
Maybe
actually
6, 7
cheap as
times a
shit.
week.
Mate, it's like $6. It's like, $4 a play or something like that.
Less than
Nothing.
that. It'd be cents.
Cents on the dollar.
a play. So you got to weigh things up, man.
Yeah.
You got to weigh things up.
Okay.
Do you turn your nose up at gamers that use consoles?
I used to when I was younger. I was a PC man through and through. Now it's all kind of one. It's changed a lot. Like pretty much any game gets released on even PlayStation these days, you pretty much is going to eventually turn up in PC. Back in the day, though, a lot of exclusive, like for example, God of War, which is like essentially the biggest exclusive for Sony PlayStation. That's now on PC that recently just come out.
But are we all part of the gaming community, or is it still like we're PS5 poons?
Well, you're the mainstream audience that
Smooth necks.
you don't know really what's happening.
I commend you and the rest of your neckbeard mates for going through, I think, what would have been the toughest period of all, which is when GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, never on fucking PC, such cultural, giants.
Yeah.
And you're like, nah, I'm not going to play that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go play fucking Counter-Strike.
The neckbeard are a stubborn folk.
Oh, they're stubborn.
I think GTA
You
was
won't
on
find.
PC.
You won't. Well, eventually. Eventually.
I think
No,
the
they're
initial ones were on PC. The initial ones were.
Yeah, but again, I don't care about GTA London.
Call of
dude, or
Duty
GTA
started on
2.
PC.
You know what I mean? Like, if it's not open world, I'm not interested.
Not
No
open world.
offense.
Dude,
Okay.
early GTA was top down.
Yeah.
That was
That's
fucking
what I'm
They
talking
were the
about.
good days. They were the good days.
The good days. Yeah,
they were.
So
the
that's
good
a
days.
stubborn neckbeard, right?
Yeah, that is. That is a stubborn necky.
So yeah,
How many? What's your longest bender you'll go on at the moment?
No,
Like, as a father, like obviously you got
I don't have it in
priorities
me.
and shit.
I don't have like back in the day. I could sit there literally, wake up in the morning. I'd be going all day long. Back in the day. Now, no way.
What's your
Hemorrhoids off that?
game? What's your gaming name? We probably don't want to tell people.
No, I just say bloke in a bar.
Oh, it is Bloke.
Yeah,
Bar.
just bloke in a bar.
Do you talk to people?
That's his front facing. As if you don't
No,
have a
not
secret burner game name. You must.
No, I don't really.
But do you mic up and talk?
I haven't really played that much. I've been playing recently, but it was been a single player game. So Space Marine 2, just finished that.
Okay,
Great
finished
game.
it.
Yeah.
So you only
great
been
game.
playing a little bit and you finished it. Sounds like you played a fuckload of it.
No, it was only 7 or 8 hour campaign.
Oh, that's pretty short.
It is actually.
Well-
in today's day and age, you're looking at 40, 50 hours in some of the big games.
Jesus.
Well, what was Red Dead? Red Dead 2 was
yeah,
fucking 40,
50.
I bought a Nintendo Switch the other day, and I really wanted to believe I was going to play it, and I just,
Oh, you're not,
dude, I'm not.
Have you
playing
given
it.
up?
No, I haven't given up, but it's just.
Oh,
It's,
no.
What game did you get?
I've got this one where you've got like all the old Nintendo 64 games, but the controllers are so that we're at least current. Like I haven't spent enough time really, but the controllers of like. I'm so used to a Nintendo 64 controller for GoldenEye. I'm like, it's fucked my brain, dude. My neural pathways are all fucked up.
So the middle stick, you used to use the
I
middle
just
stick.
need that, and like the way you're looking up, and I'm sure I can fix it, but it's just, again, when you steal away for a moment to go try play it, I'm like, I need this thing to be good exactly as I need it straight away. Otherwise, I end up spending the whole fucking time trying to work it out.
What game are you playing?
Got GoldenEye, FIFA on there, which is just so pointless. No,
you don't get a fucking
well, no,
Switch
because
to play FIFA.
no, you don't. But it's in like that was just a game that it came like was with it or
Bro,
it was
get a
cheap or
new
some
game.
shit.
Why don't you get a new game?
I've got Red Dead Redemption on there. But
Again,
it's
these
like,
are all PC. I'd be getting the new Super Mario on there.
Zelda?
And fucking,
Yeah.
I'd be playing Zelda,
This is the
playing
problem.
actual
I know.
Nintendo
I
games.
know.
They're made
I
for
know.
Why
the
the
Switch.
fuck would you? You've
well,
got a PS5. You don't need to play.
GoldenEye's my main one that
Yeah,
I
but
play.
it is
or
old.
Mario
though.
Kart.
It is. They're both old.
No, but I don't
games.
give a fuck about that because I'm not about like I am a nostalgia gamer.
You should have got a 64.
No,
If you wanted to
that's
play
got to hook
that.
that up to my TV and shit. I need to be able to just play this.
There's one in the fucking studio.
yeah, exactly.
Games
That's
have
like
gotten
when I'm
better.
working hard.
We're
Games
taking
have
that
gotten
up to
better.
the new one.
to the
That's
new
all
office.
tomorrow. That's all happening
Have you got
tomorrow.
new? You got new Office?
Well, sort of. We explained this, didn't we?
We told you. It's like it's
It's
a little
literally one room, like 20 meters from our actual
so
office.
we can actually have conversations in private.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So if you want to have like big
Business
dog
chats.
meetings,
Big dog,
or
big dog,
that,
you know.
like our employees a piece of shit, that kind of, those kind
or
of meetings.
Zoom meetings with
Yeah.
you know.
With that fucking dudes getting nude in the background and shit.
Yeah.
Well, dude, we were doing them in the car, and it was like, this isn't a good look on
It
Zoom,
wasn't
is
very
it? Hey,
professional.
we're in the car.
Yeah.
We got to keep turning the aircon on and off because it's fucking like making too much noise.
Well, okay.
So
We're
anyway.
got a big clean day Friday, and I'm actually now thinking about how fucking jacked I am.
Yeah.
For the whole
Studio's just an
experience.
absolute shit show at the moment. Shit everywhere.
Because you've got about 1,000 podcasts. You're fucking
Well, but
killing it.
everyone's sending shit.
No, people just send
So
crap.
just-
Yeah, because if you
crap.
get one item from 1,000 podcasts, that's 1,000 items.
It's a good point. It's a good point. There is a fucking, and you know, it's like, and this isn't a brand that sent anything, so it's not, but it's like, oh, Old El Paso Burrito want to send you 50 jumpers and a fucking tote
Yeah.
bag. And you're like,
yeah. Old El Paso, no thanks. I don't
Wow.
need an Old El Paso jumper. And again, they haven't sent us something. If Old El Paso wanted to send me something, it'd be like a beautiful Mexican man to come over and make me authentic
burritos, dude.
fajitas,
Yeah,
burritos
exactly.
and shit. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm talking
The next Fox they're saying. That's what they're saying to you boys.
about us, next Fox.
Like that, but not like,
'cause we're not
not
sport.
mainstream.
The next Fox, which Fox?
Megan Fox?
If
She's
you want,
hot.
yeah.
Yeah. Jessica Fox? That's the next Jess Fox.
Jess Fox, she's
Golden
great.
girl.
Well, gold medalists.
Yeah.
Okay.
DOS, try.
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 Okay. Okay. I'll pay that.
Yeah.
I'll pay that. Alrighty. Brought to you by Grumpy Coffee. As you can see, we're all dressed in our grumpy dressing gowns. In regards to like merch, mugs, all that kind of stuff, got a lot of messages about that. We will try to get some out before Christmas. But yeah, head to grumpycoffee.com.au to grab your Grumpy Coffee. The feedback has been incredible, and yeah, the support and the just the amount of people that have got on board, it has been genuinely mind-blowing. Like, we are under the pump. But that is all thanks to you guys. So thanks, guys. But head to grumpycoffee.com.au. We've got pods in the original shape, Nespresso shape. We've got 250-gram bags. We've got different flavours. We've got what you need. Grumpycoffee.com.au. Turn the frown upside down.
I like the little mouth opening.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually, we've got to tell people that. So everyone keeps opening it from the top. And because it is so well, if you actually have purchased the pods, it is so well designed that you can't actually see that before it's opened.
Yeah.
So guys, the front of your Grumpy Pod box, where the mouth is, you can actually open that. You push it in, you pull it out, and it opens like a mouth. So you got that
good.
there?
So good, dude.
Branding's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pods are great.
Coffee's
Appreciate
delish.
it.
Willie, producer Willie, we had one the other day. It's beautiful.
It's good, eh?
It's good stuff.
It's like almost like a little bit of a chocolate milkshake aftertaste. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
So massive thank you for all the support. But yeah, grab some Grumpy Coffee. Free shipping at the moment. And it's Thursday, so you've still got a few hours to enter the draw for Levels Golf Day. You and a mate to play golf with some of the biggest stars in the NRL. And just to reiterate, every purchase, you automatically go in the draw. So you don't need to expect an email saying you've gone in the draw. Every purchase automatically goes in the draw. We will be drawing the winner tomorrow, Friday. And we'll put up a video of the winner, and then obviously we'll contact you. Cannot wait. The boys will be at the Levels Golf Day as well. So that's free shipping, and you go into the draw.
Kempy's not playing because his words, he's never hit a ball in his life. He's a fast athlete guy, but the hand-eye.
See what, you're too embarrassed to go and
I gotta
embarrass
work,
yourself in front of you cool.
Mate, I got to work. I got to keep the bloody lights on. I don't have time to bloody play golf like
What are
you
you
boys.
talking about, mate? It's fucking.
I'll be there working, mate.
You don't want to be. You
don't
don't
even know how to
want to
make a
embarrass
coffee.
yourself in front of who's playing Paddy Carrigan or something.
Yeah.
Adam Reynolds.
Adam Reynolds. Yeah.
I think Ponga will be
Ponga
there.
Oh,
DCE.
nah, you couldn't do that.
Nah,
Not
no
big
way.
tough bloke.
I'm working, mate. I've got to keep the bloody lights on.
Lies. Well, you couldn't
I
support.
will be
Scope.
there.
Mate, you leave these lights on when you leave. That's how minutes you fucking don't worry about the lights.
There'll be a
Lights never
grumpy.
go off.
There'll be a grumpy hole at the golf day as well. So I will be there. We will be providing coffee for the day. So you'll be able to check it out. Whoever wins it.
We were saying this in the green room beforehand. I'm actually really nervous. It starts at like 7:30, which
You've rattled the fuck out of me.
It
with
indicates there's a quality of golf required here. Like, I know I'm shitting on your golf. I fucking suck, and you're not much better.
I was okay the other day.
But when it's a one day on, one day off,
we need you to have that day where you're on,
and you too.
and I just recaptured that from the other day.
We need to recapture glory.
Who's your partners?
It's us.
It's me, Tom, Seb, and Street. We think.
Yeah.
Okay.
We think that's the guy.
Tom and I go okay, probably 1 in 4 rounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we
The other
played
three
day
are
and it was
complete fucking write-offs.
disgusting.
How many? Like, what are you in your second or third day at the moment? 1 in 4.
I had a really bad one
Unfortunately
the other
for me, in terms of the Levels day, I'm okay.
You just played a good day.
The one second to last, I was pretty good.
So you're not going to
off the
play
tee,
well.
but it was a mixed day.
As in the other day at fucking Macquarie.
The other day I was okay.
It wasn't a full day. Maybe that's a positive. It was only a couple. It was more
It's
like
only a
it was like
All
content
right.
shoot. Then what did we play before then? Oh, we played well against the Chocolates guys. We
Yeah,
fucked them
I
up.
was creaming drive
Yeah.
like 300 metres.
And I was.
win.
It was.
So you're in for a Barry.
I'm into a Barry off the tee. That we do know.
Maybe I'm up for a good one off the tee.
You must be. Anyway, Levels Golf Day. Pump.
Yeah.
Also, the Great Good Day. Where can you get it, boys?
BeGoodHealth.com.au.
Yes, you can.
And also for the audience, Good Day now has a segment on the Monday review show where we say who needs a good day. And on Monday, guess who needed a good day? It was the West Tigers, who every single team won the wooden spoon.
Yeah.
Literally every single one I
Yeah.
saw.
So
that.
that was the segment. It was like, I think West Tigers need a bit of good day
No,
because
they
it's a tough
fucking
day.
needed heaps of it. They need heaps of it, dude. They need to start taking care of their fucking their health.
You know what? I tell you what. Maybe they should come to you, and it's not even. You don't have to pay to sponsor. They're actually begging you for sponsorship.
Yeah,
to turn it around.
Listen, do we want to associate the brand?
Listen, it might just diminish.
I don't know if that's a good look for Good Day at the moment.
Okay.
But
BigGoodHealth.com.au. Now, we're going to simplify it for the punter and the dribbler that watch the DMP, that love the DMP, that are obsessed with the DMP. The code for 20% off is DMP.
there you go.
Fucking there you go.
That couldn't be easier.
No, literally, it's not capitals. It's not fucking just DMP.
DMP.
If you can't remember that, you should.
Because I know every week we come in here, dribbler, it's DMP, 20% off. There you go. That was easy.
DMP.
Yeah.
D for Denon, M for Mary, and P for penis.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boom. There you
Den
go.
and Mary penis.
Boys, what's been going on? Seriously, what has been going on in your lives?
What's been going on? Well, I mean, look, we're really excited that the preliminary finals are on this weekend. Obviously, a little bit flat after.
What happened last? What were you doing last week?
Last week, Friday. What did we do on Friday? Oh, Friday.
You were out somewhere?
I went out. I went to mates. Mates moved to Seaforth. Went over there for a just for dinner, which was really nice.
I was on the couch at home. I had a lovely pho, and a couple of gummies, and I enjoyed some rugby league.
Saturday. Obviously, I'm an expectant father now. Met up with other expectant fathers and their wives. Like,
Did you just hear that, guys? Did you just hear that?
Yep.
Eddie is expecting
A girl.
beautiful young girl.
Yep. Thank you.
Incredible stuff.
Thank you.
Incredible stuff.
Thank you very
And
much.
what is the feeling like? Where is the
Pumped.
head at?
Pumped.
It's the
Head's
best
pumped.
ever.
I'm in pump mode.
Yeah. And
Excited
stay in pump mode. It's the best.
I'm in pump mode,
I
excited
feel like
mode.
you were in
loving it.
pump mode, and that's how you got here.
Yeah, I was pumping.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, good honest pumps
Evidence.
You know
too.
what I mean?
Very honest.
Yeah.
True and pure.
Yeah, pure honest pumps. Proud of the pumps.
Yeah.
Got the job done. Yeah. Shout out to me. Yeah. No, mate, fucking excited.
It is
Absolutely
so
love it.
good. So good.
So we were with expectant parents talking about, expecting.
Yeah.
First timers, all of us. And that was a beautiful lunch. And then I had a couple of beers and went up.
Okay. Okay.
Did anything happen on Saturday? Am I?
Anything else go on?
I don't know, man.
I think was there a bit of footy on the weekend?
Well, yeah, the Swannies in the GF.
Oh, you're an AFL man. You're a big AFL guy.
They're Bloods guys.
Big AFL guy.
Yeah, McGrundy and fucking.
Mate, Zorko's going to tell you up.
No,
Yeah.
Zorko won't do shit,
Mate,
mate.
Zorko-
McCluggage,
Zork
what's he
NATO.
ever done?
You know McCluggage?
You know Zork?
You know, there's a guy called
Get Zorked.
There's a guy called Shadow Brain.
What?
Shadow Brain for the Lions.
Shadow.
No, I
either
think we press the button.
SHADEAU.
She did.
He comes from
Brain, BRAIN.
So
He's
his
Northern
last name
Rivers,
is
New
Brown.
South Wales. Yeah,
Brain.
he's rugby league territory, dude. And
You'd wanna be
apparently he's got
smart.
like 12 siblings. And they're called like Wiley and Winter. And
You'd want to be smart if your last name's Brain.
I've never heard the
all
last
good
name
at
Brain.
freeze brained
Ever.
it.
Have you ever heard the last name Brain?
Nope.
Never heard it.
Ever.
Never heard the first name Shadow either. So that was a first.
I reckon Shadow probably more of a prominent first name than Brain is a last name.
I like the name Shadow. That's mysterious.
It's a bit anime.
I mean, look, if you
Shadow Camp? It's not bad.
don't mind it, don't mind
I
it.
don't. Something about Brain as a last name wigs me out. I don't know
Yeah.
why. It
No,
just
no,
makes me
it's-
feel
I
uncomfortable.
want to know how did like it's like is that how did they get that last name? Like for example, Smith. They used to be a Smithy, and like you know what I mean. Like a lot of last names that lasted a long time. It's because they were a blacksmith, or they were a farmer, or whatever it was. Was his ancestors just really fucking smart?
That's my only.
Did they
thinking.
even know that the brain was the window to intelligence back then?
Maybe he was the first guy to go. It's actually coming from all these thoughts
It's all
coming from your
coming from
brain.
him.
They're like, oh, it's fucking Daryl Brain over there.
Imagine before you realised where intelligence came from, but just being like, something in here just keeps fucking coming up with shit.
I think they used to think it was your gut.
We'll go with your gut. But they call that the second brain now because that's where your intuition is.
Is that right?
Well, that's what if ever I'm like, I got a fucking sus feeling about something, it's always here.
That's why you need Good Day, because it's good for your gut.
Yeah.
Great point.
Yeah, it is.
Gentlemen. Now, in all honesty, Dennis, Saturday was a fucking shit show, mate.
Yeah, it
it
was
was an
tough.
absolute shit show.
We're
I'm
out
not going
there
to sugarcoat it.
Okay.
It was a tough night at the
You know
office.
what was a silver lining, though, was getting to share an ale with the fucking head of the Roosters army, Hainesy, afterwards. I'm not going to lie. Hainesy.
One of the greats.
Was he gracious?
He was actually
really
pretty
humble
gracious, yeah.
and gracious. He could have been.
I've heard the same thing. I thought there's a bit of smoke and mirrors with Hainesy.
Listen, he's a lot of chirp on his videos and shit,
Yeah.
but in person,
in person,
Hainesy, a nice
very
guy.
nice, down to earth man.
Very couth.
He was couth. No,
From what we remember, Eddy was off his fucking head and was basically like just like, I don't even know if I can go into what he was doing, but like
I was full to the brim.
so like we've got our baggy green long lunch that's at the end of the year for everyone who's a baggy green member, and then Eddie's like, I'll bloody like shout a hotel room for everyone to stay at and like fucking say all this shit.
So that's how you're working. That's how you're working.
Off his head,
a nice
and then like we were on Monday or Tuesday, Tobler's like, oi, did you fucking like promise to like pay for a hotel room for like all the baggy green members? And Eddie's like, what? No. And then I'm like, well, he's like, well, Scotty Bellotti seems to think you did, and he might have it on footage.
Oh,
Listen,
okay.
I'm too.
You're a nice guy.
Listen, I'm too nice.
When
you
he
know
gets
what I mean?
pissed?
When I get pissed, I get generous.
Okay.
Quick.
And you just had a child as well. You can't be held against you. You're in 48
And your
hour
team
period.
lost.
And my team lost, so
Yeah.
I'm just out there loving.
There's a lot going on.
There was a lot going on.
There was one of those
lost,
nights.
but also
It
happiness.
was one of those. It was one of those nights. I will say this, Denon. The SFS heaving full, honest and true, is just a fucking spectacular
Best stadium
place
in
to
the
watch
country.
rugby league football.
in the country.
Best stadium in the whole
Come on,
country.
boys. Suncorp. Like,
Well, but we're not Queenslanders, mate.
Suncorp's a good, it's good, but it's not a good stadium. The stadium
It's a great
experience,
stadium.
the stadium
It is.
experience
Oh.
at this modern
No, it hasn't been
marvel.
rusted on yet. No history has been created
It's
there
not
yet,
about the
mate.
history; it's about the experience.
See, that's why you don't get it. You need to know about the history.
No.
Listen, I understand
we're
that you've got
arguing
history.
different points.
You're talking like
Vibe.
whispering to the seats and shit. Like, what have they seen?
Vibe.
We're just talking about
Decadence.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
decadence.
Can I order fucking all manner of things to the outdoor bar seat that I'm sitting at, looking over the entire fucking stadium?
It was terrific. Unfortunately for us, Cooler goes down. First minute? Jake
No,
follows.
first
tackle.
tackle.
First tackle.
15
Two tackles.
seconds. Yeah.
Then Jake goes.
Oh.
Moments later, Tom and I look at each other with a knowing look that we're absolutely fucked.
Yeah. It was fucked. We were fucked from there.
I got to say, all jokes aside, I actually thought you did hold up a fair bit of a fight considering the circumstances.
Yeah, we did.
Like, you were going to I personally, already had picked Roosters, but it could have gone way worse for you boys. Way worse.
Did you pick the Roosters, or did you be like, I'm picking the Roosters, but Manly could win? And Manly might win, but I'm going
So
for
when
the
you
Roosters.
say much worse, what are you thinking? Because we had 40 put on us.
Yeah, but you hung in the game for a while. Like initially, that first 20 minutes, you hung in there for a bit. You didn't just go to water. You didn't just go to water.
yeah.
No,
well,
it could have been worse.
It could have been worse.
It could have been
because you
worse.
lost two key
Yeah.
players for 15. Well, one
Sure.
for 15 minutes, one for the whole game.
Yep.
And
Jake probably shouldn't have come back on, if we're being completely honest.
Yeah, look, it's rugby league.
Yeah. It surprised me a little bit.
I'll say this: you're fucked when Jake Trbojevic gets a concussion. I've never seen that guy rocked at all in
Never.
his entire career.
Mate,
How many
never,
games he
ever,
played?
ever.
200 and something. He just never looked even wobbled, that bastard.
Honestly, it's getting to how do you balance? And DC was kind of alluding to this. How do you balance going two skits? Because that happens in Origin too, where they go two skits and they start knocking themselves out. And for example, Kula, seriously one of the bravest things I've ever seen in my life. However, as a captain, do you try to go next time? Listen, man, I know you're brave as shit, but don't try and shot him. Just catch him if you can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For example, let's say they win the first whole set and they roll 60 metres. You'd rather them roll 60 metres than two blokes get knocked out. I'm not saying it happens every time. I'm just saying that there probably is a line.
Mitigated risk.
Yeah, do you go, okay, boys, be arced up, but let's not do too arced up because there's a good chance someone's getting knocked out.
But where is that line? Because if you don't assert yourself,
Oh, that's what I mean. I don't know.
physically, then you just get fucking dominated.
Is it maybe
roll over the top of you.
let's save the big hit for a fucking Paseka or someone on Jared.
That's what I was about to say.
opposed
I'll put it this way. If I had centres and outside backs, halves, centres, wingers, I'd be just don't try and shot.
Yeah,
Catch.
none of you cunts do. Okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
just, even though it's incredibly brave, it's crazy that he put his body there and it's just incredibly brave. It's just not worth the squeeze. It's not worth the squeeze, in my opinion.
Nah.
But, and DC kind of alluded to that, how do you find that balance? Because you want to be arced up, you want to be G'd up, you don't want to get dominated in the first set. I'm saying, how many games now have we seen blokes in these, arced up environments just go? I mean, remember that Origin 2 years ago where blokes were just fucking getting knocked out left, right and centre?
Yep.
In saying that, it doesn't happen all the time, so, maybe it's just...
I know what
really
you mean,
unlucky.
though.
Literally, I don't know if I've ever
put
seen a game
It
where...
put us on the back foot, that's for sure.
But I don't know if I've ever seen a game with the first two tackles, two players knocked out.
The only one I can remember was...
fucked.
First two tackles I've never remember. The closest thing I can remember was Origin a few years ago, where Cam Murray got knocked out, Cobbo got knocked out, Collins got knocked out. I think that game was fucking mental. The decider up at Suncorp, but yeah, as I said, I thought you did because I just think on roster wise, especially forward pack wise, Roosters is a substantially better side.
Yes.
So even if you didn't have that happen to you, I still thought you were going to lose by 12 to 14 points. So that's why I say I felt like the score doesn't really reflect how Manly actually had a bit of ticker in that game, in my opinion.
Sorry, so that Origin was in the first 3 minutes 37, Collins, Cobbo, Murray all off.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's pretty fucking hectic. First 3 minutes.
That's insane. Crazy.
Well, that's the gold standard then, isn't it?
Oh, 3
Two
knockouts.
in 30 seconds is not fucking bad.
But the third, getting 3 is outrageous.
What about the fact that like this so someone gets knocked out and the next tackle, like it's just another person gets knocked out. Like it's
Denon, that's what we were asking. That's what we
That
were
is
on.
crazy.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Back foot stuff.
Don't forget to like and subscribe on Apple and Spotify and YouTube, guys. Leave a comment. Big Spag each week on Monday. Make sure to subscribe to Hello Sports YouTube. Leave a nice review on Hello Sport and Bloke in a Bar on Apple and Spotify. So, boys, that means that is just an unsuccessful year, like shit year? Because it's...
Mate, we didn't win the comp.
Yeah.
So, like, you know what I mean?
But we made the finals.
Which is better. We've
it's better.
improved.
We've
Okay.
improved.
Okay.
We've improved. We've
So
definitely improved.
Compared to last year, which is what I'm just going to compare it to, and even the year before that, it's been a good year.
Okay.
Compared to, say, 2008, no.
we've definitely improved. If you said to us, have we had success? The answer is no. We haven't.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's improved.
But
At
we
least
certainly
we made
improved.
the
Yeah.
finals, right?
Okay.
If we didn't make the finals with our side, it would have been. It's a massive disappointment.
Yeah.
Which has been the last couple of years.
And So what changes heading into next year do you think you just need?
Forwards.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind a big physical, like
Aggressive, psychotic,
you know, like
fucking-
an AFB.
Well,
God,
someone
I wish
who
he
can.
came back.
Oh, Jesus. I'd like a forward who does it every single game.
Okay. Paseka was pretty good this year.
He was.
Seka was much better this year.
Yeah.
But I reckon he
Still
needs a bud.
He needs a
consistent
bust.
Not as
bud.
big though. I reckon the game's gone past having too many big boppers in your forward pack. I reckon a smaller dog is
Yeah,
what you
but
need.
we need that.
You need a dog. Like look at what Nathan Brown did for you this year.
Yeah.
He was a
Nathan's
dog.
been good. Lodge has been he's been okay.
Lodge is off.
I don't mind Lodge, but he's going.
He's departing.
But then now apparently he may not be.
I thought that was.
I know.
I don't even know where I heard that.
Well, we're at the awards night and they were saying goodbye to all the players that were
Oh yeah,
he was on there.
No, he's been farewell.
But then there was like an article
That's
being
right.
like, oh, they're fucking talking to him. So I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if we're bringing anyone else in. Probably.
What do you think we need?
I think you need like just your forward pack. That's pretty much your most inconsistent part. And I just reckon if you could get another front rower doesn't have to be a huge bopper like Paseka, but it's just a dog and is good laterally, fast across the ground. Because like Jakey Travojevic, he's getting older. He's a little bit slower across the ground, and he gets through his work really well. Great defender, but sometimes you guys just lack a bit of speed through the ruck, in my opinion. However, you were missing Croker for a lot of the year, which could actually help that. That's where Nathan Brown was outstanding for you. But I do think sometimes when you bring on, because like Aloye's a big bopper, Lodge a big bopper, Paseka's a big bopper, sometimes you guys get left behind in the blocks with this ruck speed, which happened on the weekend.
Too many boppers.
Too many boppers, sometimes.
You can overbop.
You can overbop. And in today's game, whereas you couldn't get enough thickies back in the day. Mbop. What do they actually say?
That was about Manly's forward pack.
But you know, Tommy fit next year. DCE,
I'm done
the
saying
rescue
that.
dog. Talau was great. Cooler was great. You know what I mean? Lehigh's a fucking fine.
Well, we've got there's a
Amole's
good
in
player we'll
Origin
be missing
standard.
out
Like,
next year.
we're close.
Yep.
Here's a question for you, Denon.
Yep.
Talau, Lehigh, Saab, who misses out? Gun to your beak.
Gun to your
Talau,
beak. So you'll lose your beak if you don't answer.
So I lose me a power. I would go. So I'd go Saab on one wing, Garrick on the other.
Thank you. I agree with that.
Oh, it's hard. It's hard.
So that means you drop. Lehigh's not a centre.
Leah's not a centre. Talau in the centre, but
Can we talk about Garrick for a second? Because I think that's
Would that be
also
okay?
like, and I just want to preface this with Ruben, if you're watching, love you so much, huge fan
He's
of
doing
everything you
everything.
do. It hasn't. You were an elite fucking winger. Why are we making you a centre?
he's
Why are we
had good
doing
days as centre. I get
Sure,
it. Though.
yeah, sure. Like, I mean,
And also, it is hard defending outside DC sometimes.
sure. But that's where you're defending.
Yeah.
So
All things true. All things correct. But then if you talk to Rue thinks he's been pretty fucking solid at centre.
no, Rue
No,
put
Rue
up a
wants
thing
him
the
on
other
the
day.
wing.
Rue wants him on the
Who
wing.
was saying that to us?
Scope.
Apologies,
He's
Rue.
been good in attack at centre, but that right edge for you guys has always been a bit dodgy. And I don't know whose fault it is. Because, like, for example, on the weekend, there was one read that Garrick made that was like a really, really bad read. However, sometimes DC makes really bad reads. So it's like hard to judge. And also, like the year before, where it looked like it was a little bit fixed, DC had Cooler outside, who is a really good defensive centre. So you don't know, like, was it Cooler kind of compensating because he is such a good defensive centre? I think that it's hard with Gary because what happens is he has like a not so good game and then he has a fucking blinder and you go, oh, okay, yeah, I can see why he should be a centre. So maybe it's like he needs an extra preseason there. I'm not sure. But I reckon a Saab Garrick wing combination is probably it's pretty hectic.
Can I ask you another question?
But then Lehigh.
Yeah, Lehigh. So
You know him?
you heard of him?
That's why
Who
I
do you
think
know?
Tommy at the centres is a potential opportunity. You put him in the centres and he can roam whenever he wants and get him just playing footy for a whole season. I've literally been saying that for 3 years now.
But then you lose a bit with that. You lose a bit of Tommy. You lose a bit of what makes Tommy Tommy. You lose the
Well,
magic.
I guess what you're saying is better to have him on the field.
You have him on the field and Lehigh gets to more reps at fullback.
But then we still then are working out who leaves the centres. Obviously, it's going to be Talau then.
It'll be Telau.
And you think Talau drops out.
Telau drops out. Cooler goes in the other centre.
I've heard some people say this, and I'm not saying it because this is like me
There's
trying to
always
pick between
injuries
my
anyway.
children here. I love them all. But Talau, Cooler, Ruben, Lehigh, Jason not making the side.
No, people are not appreciate how many tries that vast
I'm
motherfucker
with
has scored for years. Mate, he has scored so many tries for you that
Yeah.
no one else can score.
Yeah.
I think that's yes, okay.
He's too quick.
Back in the season, he had had a poor game against the Tigers. I get it. But mate, he has scored so many tries. Only he can score.
Yeah, the guy's quick. And also the nature of rugby league, gentlemen, I don't know if you're aware of this. Injuries all the fucking time.
All the time.
So there'll be
There'll be opportunity.
Yeah. I just don't want to lose Lehigh. That's all I am saying. Is I don't want to be like, oh, sorry, Lehigh, we don't have space for you. You're going to go back and play.
Well, at the
for us.
moment, it looks like it's Cooler and Talau that battle for that extra spot. That's the looks like the two. But yeah,
Talau's been fucking good this
he's
year.
been outstanding.
He's been
great.
really good. Listen, you might be able to dig up some audio, some footage of me trying to work out why the fuck we signed Tommy Talau. I like it.
I don't know if I was there. I think I might have been on Tommy Talau. I might have been pro Tommy.
I don't know if you were either.
I think I was maybe a little more, not anti, that's not the right word, but I was a little more concerned about the rescue dog coming over.
It seemed like you were anti-Brooks. It seemed
Not
like
anti.
it.
No,
Very anti.
Apprehensive.
No, nervous.
Concerned,
Nervous.
Reflective.
Didn't look nervous. Looked genuinely
Nervous.
like a decision had been made that it wasn't the greatest decision.
It shocked us to our very cause.
I think it was a great decision.
The only thing I'm upset about is it appears that we've let go of some people that could replace an aging Cherry Evans. That's
Humphreys.
like a Humphreys, like a
Latu.
Fanu, like a Latu. That's fucking.
I know Latu's only
really,
5'8", whatever, like
but that's
five.
sort of annoyed me. That's probably annoyed me more. It doesn't seem to me from where I'm sitting that we're future proofing. How many more years has he got? I don't know.
Like one, maybe two. He's old as shit. Respectfully.
He's old as shit.
Yeah,
He's still good though. He's
No,
still
he's
really
fucking
good. He's still really
So
good.
Broncos are a similar situation. Like we've got Kobe Black, who's an absolute robber, but he's super young.
But have you been selling blokes? Because we have.
We've been selling them. We've been down the markets.
We've been
what about
selling blokes.
What
Is
about
that where they
Carl
picked-
Lawton's going?
So Wayne Bennett picked up Humphreys from the markets.
Yeah, dude. No, he
Humphreys
picked him up from
wasn't-
Vinny's, dude.
mate,
He was scrap heap stuff.
Humphreys couldn't. I don't know who he pissed off. He couldn't buy a fucking game.
You
You know,
know-
he had injuries this year. Then when he did play, he killed it.
You know who had a great
And then he
year?
went to the South the next week.
Samuel Finau, who's basically the same size as Hamole. Imagine that back row.
Yeah,
He's had a great year
He's
too.
an incredible year.
Wait, what the fuck was that about? No disrespect to Lawton's gone, Burbo's there, but like Samuela, a big, intimidating, thick presence. Listen, great season. I don't want to get. It's great.
I tell you what, Fainu and Olakau'atu's a scary.
But at the
prospect.
start,
Scary, dude.
start of the year, what do we do? We're fucking signing. We're signing blokes to huge contracts. We're letting people go that,
I got to
that would have
say,
been cheap as chips.
in Manly's defence, you recruited well this year. All said and
yes,
done.
we did.
This year, you actually recruited
I'm talking
well.
I'm talking about Josh Schuster's contract, which was fucking huge.
Yeah, that
When
was
we've
a
got
hangover.
Samuela's sitting there who would have been fuck all.
But
That's what I'm saying.
it's true. I'm with you. But
Great season.
I think the good outweighs the bad.
Yes.
In regards to your recruitment.
But is it
Brooks was great.
wrong? Is it wrong that I'm looking for pretty much close to perfection?
You are a perfection. It's bang on. It's premiership or bust for you.
Yep.
Edward. That is
Fucking
you.
oath it is.
That is you.
Is it true that well, two things. Can you just look this up, Matty? I saw this is a comment from a dribbler, so I don't know whether I believe it. In fact, I prefer to not. But Brent Naden going to Manly. Just looking at that one for us. I know we've got Jazz Tavanga. And then the other one was that Broncos maybe having a little rugby league sniff, pun not intended, at Braden Trindle?
I mean, yeah, I guess that's been reported.
Wow, you don't even seem interested in that reaction.
I want to see a little bit
fuck
more
it.
from Trindle.
Well, apparently he's locked into 7 next year. Did you read that?
Yeah, 900 grand.
No, as in he's like, they're doing it.
Okay.
And then Nicho's 6 or fullback.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean with the Sharkies?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's reportedly. Like, I think
That seems pretty hectic. I'm like, wow.
It's not that hectic, is it? What, moving Nicho to 6?
Look, I think it's a bit of a stupid report because what club in their right mind would be going, yeah, we're going to make a decision for next year right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's the dumbest club in history. It's going, oh, yeah, we're not going to wait till preseason. We're not going to wait till see how he goes next week. He had one really, really good game. We're just going to go, yep, Hynes is fucking 6. Like, it's just, I think it's just a report.
That's what
like,
I meant by that.
Yeah,
It's
craziness.
like a little
now,
bit insane.
However, Hynes at 6, I don't mind. I don't mind Hynes at 6. I don't mind it at all.
It's funny the power of Joey Johns.
Ooh,
Joey
power of
sucks Trindle from the back, and now everyone's just going, well, he's 7 now.
Mate,
I mean, that's
Trindle,
it. That's the end of
Trindle
it.
went from his position is under pressure to he should get 800 grand to $1 million on the market.
Mate, no
within
one
one game.
knew who the fuck Trindle was at the start of the year. Now he's getting 900 grand. Goats sucking him off. It's unbelievable.
Nathan to Manly seems like all social media rumour at this point.
Okay.
Nathan's not that bad at all.
I'm not shitting down Nathan's throat. I'm just like he's playing 7 for like the Tigers feeder club or some shit.
7?
Yeah, dude.
What? For the Tigers feeder club?
Yeah, for the Magpies.
Who is that?
Brent Naden.
No.
West Magpies.
West Magpies.
And what they
West
came?
Magpies, yeah.
What they come last?
They all came last. Yeah.
They came last.
What's he playing 7 for?
Probably why they came last.
Well, it's certainly might have something to do with it. I just again, is that where you look for your?
He's a good outside back.
No, he's a good
signing.
outside back. Then yes,
He wouldn't be signed at a lot of money. He'd be minimum
I'm not
contract.
shitting down his throat.
I think are you sort of saying
I'd have him
we've
at the
got-
Broncos as
Are you
depth.
saying we've got outside backs?
I feel like we've got.
Is that what you're saying?
I feel like we've got some depth there.
Yeah, but like he wouldn't even be top squad. He'd be he'd be put it this way. I'd have him at the Broncos 100% as a depth signing.
I've got
100%.
no issue with Brent Naden.
Sounds like you hate the bloke.
No, I do. I really like Brent Naden. I think he's friends with friends of ours. Coos family. Anyway, not the point. I just want to hear stories about us sign. Like, who
big
the
dicks.
fuck? What big dick?
Yeah,
is
you want big
coming,
dicks.
dude?
Okay, all right.
I need a big dick yarn so bad, bro. I'm
Or
fucking.
big dicks coming through I want to keep.
Well, yeah. Well, listen.
One of the two.
I feel like we're keeping the dicks we need to keep at the moment. I need something I haven't had yet. You know what
You
I
want a
mean?
new one.
I want something I haven't had
You want a
yet.
new
And
dick?
You want something to fill you up.
Yeah.
You want some new dick?
Yeah, or one I've had before that's left it like an AFB, which isn't going to happen. You know what I mean? But I need
Well,
something.
it's not happening. He's
That
going
is
to the
such
Sharks.
like huge dick that you.
I
lost.
need someone to go, you know what? I want to come to Manly and fucking have a crack. Is there anyone out there? Is there?
I don't think so.
There's no one really out there. You know when we're talking
No.
about what Manly needs in the forward
Man,
pack?
people,
There's
like
no
clubs are
fucking
locking
out there,
blokes
dude.
up for so long.
There's
these days.
not really anyone. Like, Stefano's going to Melbourne. We'll see how he goes. Fisher Harris back to New Zealand. AFB to the Sharks. What about us? What about us?
We rarely like sign big dicks.
Because your salary cap is so heavily involved in like 3 players.
I can't remember the last big, huge, mammoth.
Jamie
we signed.
Lyon. That's probably it. Jamie Lyon's
Big
probably the
veiny
last
one.
big veiny triumphant bastard we got. And then
Wait,
Matt Orford before that.
otherwise, it's not. Mate, Luke Brooks is pretty big in the history of who we sign.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
We don't sign big names.
Well, like the biggest maybe in the history of the club has been that huge deal DCE signed. Really, like when you think of.
but he was already there.
I know, but like because he was at the Titans and that was like a big deal of club defining signings.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, it's revolved around him and Tommy. Like,
Yeah.
because he key players. Alrighty, boys.
Sorry, one sec. Nathan played only one game at halfback, but 6 at 5'8", 2 at fullback, 1 at centre. So everywhere except wing,
He's
basically.
versatile.
What's with the voice on Matty there? He's
Yeah, he reckons he's not crook.
okay, right. Well, let's hope you give it to me and then I can give it to my
I'm not. My voice just goes sometimes. I've been on I swear I'm not sick.
You sound sick.
I took a sleeping tablet and it didn't work, so now I'm all just groggy and shit. And
So-
When did you get back?
last night, but
He's good, isn't he?
Straight into work, the kid.
Straight into work.
You proud of the kid?
So proud. I haven't had a huge launch or anything in the last week. That I had to do.
Yeah, you need to help with. Yeah,
Nah.
it's true.
No. I hope he enjoyed his trip. I hope he enjoyed it.
Did you get your present?
Yeah, did you get me a present?
no.
What
Whoa,
the
Ash.
fuck, dude?
And like he came to me ages ago, he's like, "Oh, can I have a week off at the most important part of the season?" I was like, "Yep, no worries, as long as you sort everything." Like best boss ever. Literally, all you have to do is just sort your side of things, and you can have as long as you want, and no present.
No present. Dude,
Devastating.
Felix has been with us for like 4 months and he got presents for us in Japan.
Yeah, he did.
Were
You
they-
could have got him.
Were they oversized jeans?
No.
No, thankfully.
You could have got him like a nice Greek fedora or something.
You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
I guess I'm not important to you.
Ah, sorry, Kempy.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm used to it. Ponga withdraws from the Kangaroos selections. The Knights put out a statement saying Kalen has made this decision to ensure his sole focus is on an uninterrupted preseason. Ponga said, I want to win a comp. For me, anything short of that isn't success. My focus has never shifted from wanting to win a premiership with the Knights. That has been my goal since I joined the club since 2018, continues to be my focus. The decision has resulted in some backlash. V'landys, Mal Meninga and Bob McCarthy expressing disappointment. Some have even called for Ponga to be banned from rep duty. I mean, who's called for that?
Probably Paul Crawley.
Bob McCarthy.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Crawls want him to be banned from games. next year.
Anyway, but yeah, he's made himself unavailable from selection. Boys, what do you reckon? As fans of the game, and not from the player side, you like, you know what I mean? Like, so you're not the ex-player going, oh, I used to play with these, blah, blah. You're purely fan. What are
No,
your thoughts?
thank you for giving that caveat that we aren't
No,
the
but what I'm
ex-players.
saying, what I'm saying is like
It's an important one.
No, it
your view represents like the rugby league
People.
community, yeah. Whereas like me, I'm biased from
Your skin
Smitty
in the
talking to
game.
me or fucking
Yeah.
whatever.
I honestly was shocked everyone gave that much of a fuck. Like, when I saw the blow up on NRL 360, like, I can understand that you want to have value placed on the Australian jersey for sure. But it's like, he's never played for Australia. It's not like it's Tedesco going, you know what, I just don't give a fuck.
He played in the Nines tournament in an Australian jersey.
Which is I think why he's now
He can't play
he
for New
can't
Zealand.
play for New Zealand.
Oh.
Even though he probably
Do we
may
think that he
want
probably
to.
would want to?
Well, there were like whispers that apparently he may want to, but that's
a lot of that's
speculation.
driven from some interviews his dad's done.
Well, he also said he wanted to play for the All Blacks.
His dad's a Kiwi.
Yeah.
I think his mum is too.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I think mum and dad are both Kiwi.
Yeah, I think he's pretty Kiwi.
He's lived there as well, but he was born in
He's played for
Perth.
the Māori All Stars, hasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sure. Like, firstly, if you don't really want to represent the country, then I'm a little bit like, okay, don't. Like, don't represent Australia.
Yeah.
I don't hold any ill will towards the man for not doing so. I certainly don't give a fuck about it. Like, should he be missing games? No.
My first response, I wasn't emotional when I heard this. I wasn't emotional about it at all. I didn't care, like Tom says. But if you force me to actually like actively think about
Work
it,
yourself up into a state.
I can't. I'm not.
Get upset.
I'm not going to get upset. I'm not going to get angry about it. But I can see where people like Peter V'landys are coming from, where they may not want to set.
It's a precedent
That's
matters.
a precedence that
Yes.
matters, right? And I can see a world where these tournaments, these Pacific Nations tournaments, which historically haven't got the nation up because we just crush people. Like, they might get more competitive in the future.
They have.
They are getting
Yeah,
more competitive. Sorry. And that's going to make it more interesting to tune in. But if I can see how players, big dick players that have been forced to play fucking 27 rounds plus origins and shit, may just want a bit of a breather before they go into ruthless preseasons and may start opting out of like games where they just can't be fucked. So I can see where Peter V'landys is coming from, because he's like, well, mate, if we don't have our big dicks playing, then no one's going to give a fuck.
Yeah, because like from V'landys' perspective, he's like, I'm working my ring off to get the international game
Yes.
working.
So I need-
and then the game's biggest superstar comes out
Well,
and goes,
and that's the reality as well. Like, people can sit there and go, oh, he wasn't going to get selected and fucking, you know, Dylan Edwards is ahead of him and all that shit. I get that. But the reality is he's a needle mover, Kalen Ponga. Like, he's a fucking needle mover.
Genuine
Arguably the
superstar.
biggest superstar in the game.
Yeah.
Like, he's a big dick.
last year's Dally M winner.
There's a ramification that comes with saying, I don't want to play for
Yeah.
Australia.
That-
100%.
I'm sure you guys are similar, and you kind of had this alluded to this, but like, I respect his right as a person to be like, I don't want to do that. Like, and I think it's a nuanced conversation of like, you can respect his right of like, I don't want to play for Australia. However, it's not that simple. It's really not as simple as a bloke just not wanting to play.
No, it's not.
You know what I mean? Because then it goes, as you said, there is a precedent set. Now clubs will go, oh, okay, so he just
100%.
Okay, we've got a star player that's on $1 million a year, and also KP situation, like, he actually hasn't played that much footy in the
9
last couple
games.
of
But
years.
but all you got to say is, I want to win a comp with the Knights. Well, everyone wants to win a fucking comp with the Knights. And we were saying yesterday, just because you miss 3 international games this year doesn't mean that all of a sudden you've got this great spine that's going to win a comp. It doesn't work that way.
Well, it's not going to. You are not going to win the competition next year. We know that. I'd happily stake my testicles on it.
Well, you don't
Testicle
need
has
them
been
anymore.
staked.
Well, that's true. I'm not going to stake them just in case because Leicester City happens, but I would.
And so, like, as I said, it's from a purely personal perspective, if you were to sit down and speak with KP, you'd be like, yeah, for sure, I get it, bro. I get it, but it is bigger than that. It's the game's biggest superstar.
I'm telling you right now, it doesn't help marketing of the event, I don't think.
Not at all.
Of course it doesn't.
Because it says intrinsically in your mind, oh, it's not that important.
Yeah. And that's
like it's subconsciously.
that's
done.
my
just
biggest
an
issue.
injury.
That's my biggest issue with the situation. Is like I respect KP's. If he doesn't want to do it 100%, it's the way it was handled.
Yes.
Mate. Go to the NRL first. Let's massage this. Hey, have you got a little calf injury that you need to take?
Yeah.
Let's just say you've got an injury,
Yeah,
bro.
I know.
Optics, bro.
Yeah, like help me
Optics.
help you.
Come
help
on,
me
dude.
help
Yeah.
you.
You've got to be better than
And
that.
in the Knights, like, look, KP's been around long enough, but if let's just put it to the Knights should have said to KP, all right, sit on it for 24 hours. I'll put it this way. What I have learned as I get older, most things are achievable if you communicate with people. Like do you
Well
really,
said.
if you
Well
ring
said.
up Mal and say, mate, I'm over
Gassed.
it. I'm over it. He'll go, yep. He'll be disappointed, but I guarantee he'll be like, let's get a story together. Let's all fucking sit down. And you know that calf that's been worrying you since
Yeah.
you've got a little fucking tear in it. Like
100%.
whatever.
Yeah.
Because I need to protect the sanctity of
Yes.
the jersey
Yes.
and what it fucking means. And I can't have superstars pulling out because it says to everyone the jersey's fucking worthless. That's
Yes.
what it means.
Yeah.
Which there is a somewhat of a perception, a little bit with the international game anyway, which is like
Which they're trying to rectify.
Mal,
Because you
yeah.
listen to the old boys, they used to, like the tours and shit they went to England were big deals.
Yes.
Smithy, he was telling us yesterday, I don't know, well, anyway, off air, mate, his ankle was gone in 2014 and he fought his club to go on tour. Literally fought. The Storm was like, I want to go on tour. That's how much, and it was purely because there were so many other big dogs out and he wanted to play for the jersey. Again, I'm not expecting KP to have that same love, but that's what it means to them.
But that's also maybe what it requires then to play for Australia. So maybe you're not
Yeah,
right for
but
it.
I think-
You're good enough for it, but maybe you're not. Your mentality's not right.
Maybe. But I just think that, and I don't think Ponga's thought about it this much, but, when he says, I want to give back to Newcastle, well, what about the country you live in? You
Yeah.
know, what about the opportunity that's been given to you by Australia? And I know he wouldn't have thought about it this deeply, but I guess as Aussies, when we see people in the jersey, that's what it means to us. Like, you're representing what we love so
Yes.
much. And so that's why they should have sat down. The Knights administration should have handled this so much better, and this whole thing could have been avoided.
100%. But to your point about, well, maybe you don't want people like that playing for Australia, it's still optics that you need to protect and manage. So even if you rule him out through a little slight strain of the muscle, Big Mal can get that into considerations next time around. Go, that little fucker
Didn't want to play.
Didn't
Yeah.
want to play, so I'm
Yeah.
not picking you.
Yeah.
But that doesn't...
There's a chance.
not the
I reckon
same-
this will fuck him a little bit moving forward, unless his form is just absolutely, which it always is. But
Look, I think that the jersey means a lot to people like Mal and all the ex-players, and I think that they will look at it next year and go, well, we've got two really good fullbacks. One said, I want to just have an off-season where I'm focused on Newcastle. Like, the thing is this, if he had said, look, I'm struggling with the mental load of everything, then you'd be like, yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Like, of course. It's just that this has just been handled so poorly, and I just think Knights administration, I cannot believe there are professionals in that environment that don't know how to handle PR and don't know how to communicate.
do you wonder?
Which is shocking.
It's genuinely,
it is
these
shocking.
are professionals.
Don't you reckon it's shocking? And then in the same breath, you're like, I'm actually not shocked that there are complete dead shits out there who fuck everything up.
Well, but
like you encounter
the older I
dead
get-
shits every
The older
fucking
I get,
week.
The older I
Yeah.
get, the more incompetent I realise people are.
Oh, mate.
But that shocks me, and I'm still shocked that this is the other handle. I'm also shocked that he doesn't get on the blower to poor old Mal. Hey, Mal he'd be devastated.
Yeah, like, hey, just give me a buzz, dude. They're also Mal
doesn't have to be a long conversation.
informed the club that day or the day before that he was going to get picked in the squad, and then the next day it's like, I don't want to play for Australia. It's like, you couldn't have. I just told you we were. What the fuck, dude?
Mate,
give me a call.
It's bizarre.
Send me a DM.
And the thing is, it's not
You
like...
got to call an old school.
Well,
guy
no, I'm
like
just
that.
thinking if you're in the TikTok generation,
At least
like,
send
just
a DM.
find a way.
Send a TikTok
Well,
video.
Mal would never read
No,
that.
he
And
wouldn't.
maybe he did, and then this is like...
You
Send
probably
him
need to send Mal a letter.
Interpretive dance.
With
on
TikTok dance. I'm
not playing.
Not fucking into it.
So as I said, like I'm always I understand the argument, and Freddie made this point that is quite true. Like when the NRL go to Nine and Fox, they're selling the product at the best version. So they're saying, all right, we want to sell you specific championship games, which make no money, by the way. Like the Nine and Fox don't make any money on these games, but they buy them anyway. And so there is a level expectation from Nine and Fox that the best players possible will be playing in that.
100%.
So it is very hard for Landis to go back to Fox and Nine and go, oh, by the way, the biggest star just publicly came out and said, nah, not interested.
Yeah.
And so, as I said, from a purely individual like Ponga, of course, he should be able to make whatever decision he wants. And I'm not emotional about it. It doesn't make me mad or whatever. But unfortunately, it's bigger than that. There is a responsibility that comes with being a superstar.
Yeah.
You may like it, dislike it. You may think it's real, it's not real. But it's just a fact. It is. You're a superstar.
It is. It is. Well, and you get paid. You get paid like
you get paid a lot of
You
money.
get paid a fuck.
You get paid like a superstar.
And what you
So, like,
say
that's
matters.
what it is.
And what you say matters. It has impact. So I just think it could have been handled better, and both parties could have still got what they wanted.
From a rules perspective, I saw this on we were talking about it, the Talking League on the Triple M listener show, where I think Michael Chamis was like going through the rules, and it was like, if you deem yourself ineligible for a game, then you also can't play for your club during the same period where that rep game would have happened. But that's only for like Origin, really.
Well,
so then they were talking about whether they could like rework the rules.
It's worded as the week of.
It's conflicting though, because Nine was saying that there's actually you are contractually available if you are available to make yourself available for representative football. So anyway,
but in terms of the like, if they were, if you were going to then miss games as a result of making yourself unavailable, those games would have to have fallen in the same window.
Yeah.
Of when.
Well, the same week.
The same. Yeah.
It sound like.
So yeah, it sucks. I get where Ponga's coming from. He has had a crazy few years. I totally respect his right to do it. Unfortunately, there's just because what happens now in the next couple of years, like what if a couple superstars go?
Yeah.
You know?
But they probably won't be able to now. Like they'll make it. The NRL's going to be like, well, you can't do that.
That's a thing though. They're probably going to have to punish at some stage to show if you do this, you get punished.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Otherwise, because what happens is, let's say next year someone goes, I don't want to play, and then the NRL goes to punish them. They go, hang on a sec.
Yeah.
KP just
Don't you
but I
reckon?
think- I think-
now they're just going to lie? Like they're just going to go, I've got the sore calf.
Be smarter
I've done,
about it.
like they're just not going to be completely fucking.
Vlandis should be
stupid.
looking into it now, and he'd be working out, do I have like legal grounds to punish him? And if I don't, I'm going to make sure that they're in there and that every fucking person knows about them moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, as I said, it is a really weird one because the purely person, I get where KP's coming from. Like,
I totally get it.
It's his last 2 years. Like he was this close to retiring. Like he was this close to gone.
Yeah.
There's also, and this was Joey was saying this, where it was like, in the part of the CBA, they have 8 weeks off at the end of the year. So by the end, 10 weeks. So by the end of the Pacific Championships,
February.
Then he has 10 weeks off. Then Ponga doesn't come back till February. So like his preseason's fucked.
Yeah. And so that's where you understand where KP's coming from.
Yeah.
Like he needs to be there from day one to be around the young fellas, to be around a halves pairing. Like Newcastle don't even know who the fuck their half pairing is going to be. So he needs to. So when he gets back to preseason and they've made that decision of who they're going in the early rounds, KP needs to be around them all the time. On top of all that, he's a captain, so he needs to be.
Driving standards and that sort
exactly.
of shit, yeah.
He needs to meet the young fellas when they walk in and say, "This is what we expect." So I think people that are fully like, "Oh, come on, like you can just go back to preseason any time." Like, no, it actually does matter when you go back.
100%. It's
Doesn't
just listen. You come up with a little niggle.
Communication,
Optics mean everything.
massage it through,
Massage it, dude.
Massage it. Come on, baby.
What do you reckon,
Slip in a
Matty,
shower.
as a diehard rugby league fan?
Yeah, I'm with you, Eddie. Like, when I first read it, I actually read it on your post. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, whatever. It's just, but the more I think about it, the more I read, the more I think he should play for Australia. Yeah, but I don't really care. It's weird. Like, I feel like I should care.
Yeah.
But if I was a Knights fan, I'd be stoked. But at the same time, if this happened for Origin, I'd be pissed off. So, I don't know.
Unfortunately, it's just, it may well be a symptom of where the international game's at the moment.
I think
which is
that's
unfortunate,
100%
right?
true.
If someone didn't want to play for New South Wales, I'm fucking blowing up Deluxe. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
if
yeah,
someone
yeah.
pulls out, I don't want to play Test cricket for the
saying
nation,
get
which
fucked.
would never happen, by the way, never. Then I'm like, you're dead to me.
Yes.
You're
Again,
fucking dead to
but
me.
it is
Good point.
also
That's a good point.
like, you know, it's kind of also incumbent on the NRL to create an environment where like it's reasonable for players to play for their country and also not have it drastically impact their ability to play for their club. And if you're coming back in fucking February, that doesn't seem like a reasonable amount of time.
Season's too long.
Yeah, and so they
The
did.
season's too long.
Landis
It starts
did speak
too
about,
early. It's too long.
Yeah, Landis did speak about that earlier this week on 9, basically going through like they want the season to be shorter. They want it to be 20 rounds with 20 teams.
Yep.
But it's just a balancing act of
Yeah.
like selling it to the. It all comes back
Well,
to.
I
selling
mean,
it to the-
that does make me feel better about where we're headed, though, at least, because you know it would have shocked me if we get 20 teams, we've still got 27 rounds just to make more money. Like that wouldn't have shocked me.
Could you imagine?
So that is good to hear
Yeah.
that's the
Because
case.
basically their hope is 20 rounds, and then they have Pacific Championship or something like that takes up the extra 7 rounds that would have been there.
Yep.
That's dedicated to international rugby
Yep.
league, 7 or 6 rounds or whatever.
And I'm
so
happy with that because it's fucking way too long at the moment.
It's
ridiculous.
way too long the season.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
As I said, it's one of those weird ones where, you know, when you really look into it, there are far more ramifications than as simply as a bloke that just doesn't want to play footy. However, when does individual, I guess, rights or whatever trump ramifications? I don't know. Much
Tricky.
smarter men than me know the answer to that
Pour
question.
one out for Mal, though. Feel bad for Mal.
Oh, yeah.
Feel bad
Mate,
for Grandpa
absolutely.
Mal.
Kangaroo. Okay, who should be the fullback for the Kangaroos, and what should the back 5 be, boys?
It's interesting because I'm like, Teddy's so hot right now.
Oh, it's crazy.
And he's the
Edwards has
incumbent.
been okay recently, but not where he was at the middle of the start.
I
of
wouldn't
the
be
year.
surprised if Edwards limps out of the like his knee's kind of fucked, isn't it? Like whether he's like I actually can't do it.
Yeah, if there's a bloke that actually does need a break, it's Dylan
Dylan
Edwards. Like,
Edwards,
he is
right?
hanging
Yeah.
by a thread, that bloke.
And Teddy seems like he's
I wouldn't be
fresh.
surprised if Slips is there. He's looked good.
Slips McGee.
Slips Tedesco.
Slips Tedesco. Obviously because he slips over all the time.
Yeah. That's a good astute observation.
But he does it on purpose, so he doesn't do
Holy
any more
shit,
ACLs.
man! What the hell?
Look at that, there he
Landed
slips.
again.
What's going on?
Slips McGee.
Listening.
Mate, he's been hot and he's the incumbent and he's still captain?
Well, technically, they haven't had
Yeah,
a game. They haven't
I think
played
so.
since he's.
And Mal has, even when like Teddy was playing good, but he wasn't playing as good as he is right now, Mal still was open to Teddy.
There's a level of incumbency I'm cool with, and then there's one where I'm like, if there's someone who's actually way better, then I think you need to change. But being captain, Dylan Edwards like is a little bit flat or like just fucked. I don't know. Like if Dylan Edwards can play, then maybe you go with Dylan and you just pick them both. Like Walsh probably won't get picked.
No, he won't get picked.
So it's just pick them both, right? And then work out who's.
Maybe Chuck Edwards on the wing, maybe?
You could do that.
Him and
Lomax. Lomax is in there for
Well,
sure.
Dylan
Talangi.
was on the wing last year, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, you know.
You could do it.
So you'd have what? Talangi, Lomax
Talangi.
is a gun. Trust me, he's underrated. Trust me, if you
I'm
watch
not
closely.
saying he's not good. I'm just like, is he an Australian winger?
Yeah. for
Why?
sure.
Why?
He doesn't get appreciated for how good he is. Like you go back.
Did he
and,
play Origin for you guys this year?
I think he was injured. But he got injured one of the games. I'm
Right,
pretty sure.
okay.
But you go even his Origin career, he's been outstanding.
Again, I don't think he's not good. I'm just more
Coates
like,
as well. Coates potentially.
yeah.
He hasn't played that much footy though. Yeah, like Talangi, I think he is absolutely should be in the squad at least for sure. Then you got Val, you got Dan Gagai, you got Brad
Val's
Best.
hurt.
Val's hurt,
He
true.
broke his leg.
You got Brad Best.
Hamiso,
Best-
Skaggs.
Hammer.
Best good to
Hammer.
go.
See, Hammer would be, or is
Probably
he in
Hammer
the
and
centres?
centres. Yeah.
What
Yeah,
about
centres, yeah.
What about Turbo?
He's fucked, bro.
Turbo?
Fuck.
Mate,
You
he'll-
want
he's
someone
gonna-
who
he'll be
needs a
under the
fucking-
knife.
Yeah, he needs
Oh,
a
yeah,
shoulder
true.
He's got,
Three
he's got to have,
two
I think,
ACs
two
and a knee.
ACs and an MCL.
Yep.
Two ACLs
So
and an MCL.
he'll be like that, and also
Yeah.
he'll be literally like a zombie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he's
Mummy
straight
shot.
to the.
What are they? Yeah,
straight
let's
to the
mummify
surgeon.
him for the off season. Just
Put him in a cryo chamber for the off season to bring him out.
yeah.
No, he's an absolute mess.
All right, don't forget, guys, menu log. Braden Trindle is our hungriest player. Use code Trindle, TRINDALL, for $7 off Burger Cuisine. Minimum spend is $20. And also, KO, watch both prelim finals this weekend on KO, plus a bunch of other stuff. Docos, whatever you want sporting-wise, it is on KO. Alrighty, just quickly, I don't know if you guys saw the tag, but a dribbler tagged us both in a video on the Penrith Panthers page. And it was it was Penrith Panthers walking up to the camera saying something about Dylan Edwards.
Yeah.
And so the boys are taking the piss, like, oh, he's going to Turkey in the off-season and, all that good stuff. But then Ivan Cleary said, came to the club as a 6 and then put his eyebrows up like that and then walked off.
Oh, yeah.
And look, I don't, maybe I'm reading into things too much, but came to the club as a 6. Taulangi is arriving next year. They've also got...
Is that right?
They've also got... Oh, my God, I can't believe I'm fucking forgetting he was a gun. Dane Laurie as well.
Why would they...
Mate, but he's such a beast.
He's such a beast.
Is he a good ball player?
He's
a good running game, but
fullback
like-
is relatively simple.
Yeah.
Similar-ish to 6. He said, came to club as a 6 and he raised his eyebrows.
Why would you fucking be such a cheeky little
Or is that him
bastard
just
like
being
that?
cheeky?
That's a cheeky
Well, he's
little-
got me.
No, I know.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
he's a
got
cheeky
you.
little bastard there.
He
That's-
got me, Ivan, there. So I don't know.
Did you see
like-
the article where, like, they were discussing Ivan. It was like, if he wins 4, is he like in the conversation for one of the great modern
He's got
coaches?
to.
I'm like, he's surely already there.
Because the thing with Ivan...
They had Ricky Stewart in that list, and no disrespect to Ricky, but like,
the thing
Ricky
that's,
knows how to lose them.
The
Well,
thing
it's
that's
fucking
amazing
Ivan
with
Cleary.
Ivan... The thing that's amazing with Ivan, he built this roster. Like, so he was the one that was there at the start, and then obviously Anthony Griffin came in. But, like, he didn't roll into a roster filled with Origin stars.
No.
Like, none of them played Origin at this stage. Like, he made this roster. So he's already a GOAT coach for me. But if
Yeah.
he goes 5 grand finals in a row, 4
when
premierships...
he...
No.
Well, he's gonna go 5
They
grand
were talking
finals
about
in
him
a row.
last night on NRL 360, and they had different opinions.
That's where I was hearing.
Someone's was that he was a bit young, and so like when he's compared against Wayne Bennett and Bellamy, he just hasn't seen enough winters.
Took the Warriors
Someone
to the
else
grand
was
final.
saying
Yeah.
that someone else was saying it's because he quote unquote fucked over the Tigers, that there's a lot of like resentment. I'm like, what are we
From who?
talking about?
Yeah, no one gives a shit.
like,
No
what
one
are we
thinks
talking-
that.
what are we talking
Maybe the
about?
Everyone
Tigers do.
understands what happened there.
Yeah.
He wanted to coach his son. Yes, it was a shit go. Everyone would do the same thing.
And it's turned out pretty fucking like the right decision.
But it's the most competitive the fucking league's ever been. You know what I mean? And they've won. They're probably going to make 5 grand finals. Probably going to win 4.
In the modern era.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, he's
What
one
are
of
we
the goats
talking
already.
about? They're going. Who Guru said it the other day? Nathan Cleary's got a better finals record than Norm Proven.
Jesus.
Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, we're getting into some
know.
rarefied air here.
Mate, he's
Ricky Stewart, for fuck's sake.
like he's seriously, and as I just to reiterate, the guys he took over, they were not Origin players. Matter of fact, he changed his position. Like Fish, I think, was on an edge for a bit. Yo was on an edge for a little bit. Like what he's managed to do with that squad and that
Wasn't
club,
Yo a centre when he came into the
he
NRL?
played a bit of everywhere. He was like almost a forwardish utility. Now, like Yo for me is their player of the year this year for sure. But also like, he's starting to get up there in like great 13s all time. Yo,
Yeah, and
Like-
he's going to be the most cut Panther this week.
most cap Panther ever, and also like, yes, obviously like Cleary's the main man of that club, but like a lot of the dog work through the season has been done by guys like Yo, Edwards, and Luai. Like because Cleary's been injured a lot of the time.
Yep.
And so that's the biggest, a big challenge heading into next year for the Panthers is like when Luai leaves, Luai's been the one picking up the slack a lot through the season and getting those dubs and it's keeping the top 4.
Yeah, it's going to be the next year will be the fucking test of tests.
Oh
No
my
Luai, no
God.
Fisher Harris. Like
Lost
Jesus.
Critter, lost Burton, lost Kickow, fucking lost Catewell. Like
Appy.
Jesus.
At a certain point,
Oh.
like people go, fucking when they try to make excuses about the Panthers, I'm like, look at the salary cap.
Bro.
Look at the salary cap's
That's
done to
it.
them.
Yeah, someone was like, "You reckon they're cheating the cap?" I'm like,
Yeah,
"No,
that's
dude.
what- yeah, so
they
that's what
are
it
not
was.
cheating
That's
the
what it
cap.
was. Someone-
They are getting absolutely ravaged every
Nathan
fucking
Cleary
year.
is only on $1.2 million.
Look at who they lose 2 studs every year.
Oh, like they lost Critter, who fucking nearly single-handedly took the Doggies to the final series from
I
like they
Could you
lost
imagine if he
him.
was still there? If Burton was still there? If Kickow was still there?
Fuck, they wouldn't lose a game.
No.
They
It'd
wouldn't
be
lose a game.
sickening.
I mean, he took Mitch Kenny as a utility forward. He's turned him into a back-to-back
Oh,
premiership winning
Addo-Carr,
nine.
they
Yeah.
like, what are we talking
Far out.
about?
So
4 straight comps, dude. Could you imagine being a Penrith fan? Fuck, I'm jealous of that.
like, look at the throbbers last year, the Broncos. Like, that Broncos side couldn't be more primed to win a comp. Like, they were throbbing. You know what I mean? They were young. They were all playing Origin. They were all playing their best footy ever, and they still didn't win.
And they had the biggest lead in the grand final.
yeah,
He chased down.
and they still lost it. That's how good this Panthers side is.
Yeah. Sickening stuff.
Sickening. But like, Could you imagine how fucking insufferable we'd be if we were like if we'd won 3 straight grand finals? Like it would be we'd probably get like someone try and kill us.
You get cancelled. I reckon like the CIA or something would cancel you.
Well, they might just try.
Yeah,
and kill us.
well, no,
Maybe,
but they probably it would have been the same cyclical cycle as the Panthers. We would have been hated for like the second after we won the second. We would have been fucking despised, but then people would have recognised greatness.
That's true, and it would have been like these guys are just on the great.
Nah, I reckon the government would have started setting you up and just cancelled you.
God, it would have been. I just
Because they said this is a menace to the Australian public because you'd have been too hard to handle, too much of a big day.
God, would have been the biggest day.
I see 4.
Good day for a big day.
I see 4 in the future. I see next weekend.
Yeah.
$5 grand, like if they make
I think they win 4. I'm pretty confident of it.
5 grand finals in a row, that alone is like,
Mate, there is 0 chance the Sharks win this weekend. 0.
And that's what they were saying. But back to Ivan, it was like no coach. The last coach to coach 4 straight is Proven when he was captain coach, and the last coach to be a coach of 5 straight grand finals was Clive Churchill. Like, heavy fucking.
and on top of that, he's lost like all of his assistants every year. Yep. Lost Serrado, who turned out to be a gun. Webster turned out to be a gun.
Yeah.
He's lost like whole
That's
coaching
what happens.
staff.
Everything's just losing the lot.
Yeah, he just gets gurneyed every year and everything's fucking gone. Anything holding on.
He lies out the front and they just gurney his balls.
Just take all his
coffee.
shit. He's like,
Yeah,
fuck.
he just
all
fucking
right.
spraying off the limbs and
We're
he's
gonna
just
do it
keeps
again.
winning. Keeps winning.
Alrighty, the Daily Telegraph are reporting the Doggies are expected to grant Addo-Carr permission to talk to other clubs. I always love that. It's like we're granting you permission to other clubs. Really, we're telling you to get fucked.
Yeah,
That's
please
brilliant.
go.
Please leave. You go to your wife and you walk up and you go, I'm just granting you permission to speak to other people.
I'm granting you permission to explore your options outside of this marriage.
So are we breaking up? No, I'm just granting you permission to like sleep with other people. That's all.
if you find someone
and I'm
else,
not a cuck either. So like,
no, I don't want to watch. I'm just saying, if you find someone else, I'm happy for you to.
Are you going to be speaking to
live
anyone?
at their house.
Like, yeah, I might speak to someone, but I'm just saying you've got permission to speak to someone.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
You can stay if you want, but you won't be in the bedroom. I'll be in there with someone else.
He's contracted for next year, but the Bulldogs have already indicated they won't be in a position to offer him a deal in 2026. Whichever club takes him on has to contend with a reported 3-match ban. There are also reports that the Bulldogs rejected to play a swap between Addo-Carr and Ravalawa.
Listen, I respected the Dragons, shooting their shot there, and Michaele Ravalawa, he's a first grade rugby league winger, but you're like, geez, you're probably gonna fucking struggle with that one. Or you got to give me a bit.
If you could,
more.
if you could get like a bit of cash with that, I'd consider it. But
Can I have some money, or like, can you sweeten that deal with money, or like some, IOUs, or like a promise of some other shit?
Yeah, like Ben Hunt or something too.
You give me a Ben Hunt.
Yeah, hey, now we're talking.
Ben Hunt.
What about you give us Ben Hunt and Ravalawa and Lomax, and we'll give you Addo-Carr.
Yeah. Was there rumours about Ben Hunt recently that have popped up again with the Dragons?
Yeah, it's all popped off again, and you don't know who.
Yeah.
What's popping off now?
Ben Hunt to Dogs.
So it's actually a long story. So there was that footage of Flanagan having a go at him, not having a go at him. It literally happens all the time in training shots, but everyone gets so fucking dramatic about it. Just having a crack at him as a coach, like you need to be better because Benny Hunt didn't have the best game. Anyway, so there was that. Then a little bit of drama around that. Then somehow, some way, his yearly review got leaked. Like Ben Hunt's got leaked to the media of like
that's so fucked up.
And so no one really is admitting which side of the party did it. Like, was it this side or was it that side? And then there was reports saying that they were Dragons were happy to potentially let him go next year.
What was his review? What was the?
Well, the review was that he needs to be better. He's got like 10 games or like he's got the first half of the year or the first few games, and if he doesn't play well, he's gone or something like that. Pretty much.
That was the review.
Can you get the reports up, please?
Jesus Christ!
Something along those lines.
That's
a bit punchy.
Exactly. And again,
well, I'm not surprised it's kicked back off then.
You don't know where it came from though. Like there's reports that it came from the club, and then also there's reports like that. Maybe Benny does one out, and therefore it might have come from his management.
But is that a brutal review?
It's wild. Like telling your star player that you get.
But I'm not privy to reviews.
Getting flicked after 5 games. They'd say that to a fringe player. They wouldn't say it to a star player.
So they said they took away the extension, and then they were like, do a good preseason, see how the first 4 or 5 weeks go next year, then we'll talk.
Oh.
So say that to Benny Hunt. If I'm Benny Hunt, I'm going, I'll leave right now, thanks.
Yeah.
See ya. Like, are we forgetting I tried to leave a year ago? Like,
what are you doing to me here?
We're in this weird relationship where you keep pretending like I want to stay. I broke up with you 6 months ago. Like,
and I'm now being forced to say contractually because I don't want you to take half my shit.
So it's kicked off again. And again, like, you just don't know, like, the club is very firm on we didn't leak these details, and obviously the management on Ben Hunt's side is very firm on we didn't leak these details, but someone did. And then on top of all of that, the CEO has been let go, or he not re-signed, and I don't know whether that has to do with the Volkman situation, because the Dragons have been fined by the NRL
40 grand or something.
40 grand for how they handled Ronald Volkman's
They fucked
situation.
him over.
And so, look, the thing that I said when this all popped off was, unfortunately, this is just more evidence of the club not being run well. Like, just how does this stuff get out? Like, your star player getting spoken to like that, and then it gets leaked. That's outrageous. Outrageous.
Love it.
You really reckon Ben Hunt, Origin, like some would say friggin' legend, Origin legend, he's had these huge moments in Origin, been so good for this generation. He's had an incredible career. When the club was on its knees, he was their best player. You reckon he's going to like getting spoken to like that? Like, oh, yeah, sweet.
But also this late in your career going, you know what,
outrageous.
dude, like, I'm too old for this shit. Like, fuck.
You
I'm
better
not-
have a good preseason, bad boy, and you better play well. Like, what?
Who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
What?
I'm shocked by that, to be honest.
Do you,
I
if
don't
you're
know.
the Bulldogs, obviously, like, you'd take Ben Hunt, but is it a bit sort of like Sexton started playing quite well? Like, you're going to fuck him off, or is it you'd have him and Hunt and Sexton, then what, Burton? Like, what are you doing there if he goes?
I reckon, see, that the Bulldogs, I don't think that they'd go to the Bulldogs unless it was like some crazy cut price offer, because the Bulldogs have reportedly already, they could have got Moses, but kind of said, look, we're going to focus on our young talent coming through. Because the problem is, if you bring a Moses or a Benny Hunt to the Bulldogs, you got 2 years, Moses a bit longer, but Ben Hunt, you got 2 years probably max. Then you're back where you were. Rather than spending that 2 years developing someone, you're pretty much back where you were. However, Benny Hunt's been on a big wicket for a long time. Maybe he's willing to go, you know what, I'll come for a smaller wicket. Obviously, it'll still have to be within reason, because you can't just go on nothing due to salary cap rules. But yeah, the Dragon situation, what's so surprising about it is, like, yeah, okay, the back end of the year, the last couple of games was really poor and disappointing, whatever, but they'd finally sorted everything out. Like, they'd finally on the up. And then this happens at the end of the year, and you're just going, what are you doing? What are you doing? Alrighty, we've already spoken about the Sharks,
on the
Nicho
Dragons.
Trimble
Go
situation. Yeah, the Dragons. The Dragons. Nicho Hynes has addressed some of the negative backlash he's gotten by saying, I'm not worried about it. I've got a good, healthy life. I've got really good people around me. My life isn't defined by an 80-minute game of football. And then obviously he got some backlash on saying that.
Dave, he was taken out of context, that whole thing. He's like, they're like, well, you should be. And you're like, no. He's not saying that football doesn't matter to him. He's saying, like, his life as a human being on the earth isn't defined by 80 minutes of football. It's like, well, it's finals time. You're like, yes, that's not what he's saying, though.
Yeah. And
obviously, he wants to win football games, and that's all he cares about. But, like, his life is not defined by it.
Like, you're basically saying we want you to be devastated, depressed, and fucked up if you lose on the
if
weekend.
you lose on the weekend,
Well, mate,
yeah.
if your life is defined by the 80 minutes of football this weekend, you lose. That's it. Your life's over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's what it's akin to.
I can't believe it got that much pushback. Like,
Oh mate, people hate on him now.
oh, it's cool. It is cool to hate on
crazy.
Nicho.
It is
because he was so
interesting.
loved.
Yeah, but
He
they
was
still,
crazy.
but they still go. Listen, he's one of the great men. He's one of the great men in rugby league. But
It's like, okay.
like, just let him fucking leave him
play a bit of
alone
rugby
for a
league.
second.
Just leave him alone. Fuck
And
him
so
dead.
this club.
And they'll get beaten by the Panthers, an absolute fucking juggernaut. Like, oh fuck.
Oh, yeah,
Nicho's
yeah,
fault.
Yeah, they
Hey,
have no
right.
chance of winning. It's like Nicho fucking didn't do enough.
the Nicho haters
Right,
that were
okay.
sitting there going, damn it, they beat the Cowboys. They are just waiting for this Panthers loss, because they're going to come out and go, see, I told you he's shit. And it's like, hang on a sec, did anyone expect the fucking Sharks to beat the Panthers?
Yeah, right,
They
okay.
got into a prelim, and they're the only team in the prelims with no starting Origin players. Like, their roster isn't as strong as the other rosters.
Yeah.
And on top of all
That's
of
a great
that,
point.
It's actually not that strong.
their
if you look at
roster
it man
is
for
not.
man.
No.
This is their spine: Brayley, Hynes, Trindle, and Kennedy. Compared to Harry Grant, Munster, Hughes, and Pappenhausen, or Nathan Cleary, Jerome Law, Mitch Kenny, and Dylan Edwards, or Tedesco. Then you've got Connor Watson, you've got Luke Keary, Premiership winner, and Sandon Smith, and they've got injuries in their fucking roster.
Yeah.
Like, come on, what are we talking about here? But the positive is, and again, like, obviously the Sharks have been one of the key reasons why this has happened, but Nicho is also a big reason. Their NRL, New South Wales Cup, NRLW, and Jersey flag are all still alive in finals footy. That's amazing for a tiny club. Because Sharks are a tiny club. I mean, we saw with the crowd going to the game. Like barely
so basically the inverse of the Tigers.
They're going incredibly well as a club. Alrighty, down to preliminary finals preview. Storm 1-7, but Fa'alongo is extended bench. Could play. Roosters 1-7 in the same. Boys, who you got? Storm, Roosters.
I'm just going the Roosters, just for a bit of a finals upset. And I'm not confident.
I know where you're coming from. It'd be better narrative.
It'd be more an exciting.
The yarn around it.
I just cannot see how the Roosters, who are battered, who are down on men, go down to Melbourne and face that side who've had a week off and Bellamy's just fucking pulling the strings. I just can't see it.
No. And I'm with you. I'm probably being a bit of a value whore more than anything else.
The week off is such a big fucking advantage, dude.
It is. It's a massive advantage. And the Roosters are decimated by injury. There's everything against them. You could argue 360 is not enough. That's why I've thrown in a couple of try scorers. But yeah, I'm just going to go the Roosters, see how we are.
Roosters.
Look, Melbourne.
I reckon Roosters are dangerous for sure, but I just think Storm have too many ways to beat
over
Roosters.
80 minutes.
Yeah. Like the Roosters.
I don't think they'll blow them out.
No, I don't think so either. I think that the Roosters, they've essentially got one way to beat them, and that's just power through the middle. Whereas the Storm, they are anywhere on the field, they can put you away. So I reckon the Storm will get the job done there. Panthers v the Sharkies.
Yeah, we're going to talk about blowouts this game.
Unfortunately, I think this is going to be a bit of a tough one for Sharkies.
I think this could be.
This will be a humping.
This could get big.
This could get tough.
This will be a humping.
This could get real big.
Because those Penrith boys, last time they played, looked super horny.
Oh, they look fucking
Fuck
great.
Me.
And again, the week off, all the boys rested.
Think about how aggressive and dominant Roosters were against Manly. They didn't look like anything like that against Penrith.
No, exactly.
So that shows you how fucking hectic they are.
Yeah.
Yes, and Panthers,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't want to fucking jinx anything, but Panthers have been pretty lucky with injuries over the last 5 years.
Well, they got the best. They got the least amount of long-term injuries of anyone in the competition.
Well, there you go.
Their finals injuries.
But they're Nathan gets injured during the season, but they're
so
full
good.
strength. They're full strength. You know,
Are they full strength now?
Surely. Who the fuck?
Pretty sure they are.
And this is how good they are as a team. They actually haven't played together as a spine, I think, pretty much the whole year. And yet they've still made top two. Craziness. I'm going Sharkies, and I think. I'm going Panthers. I'm going Panthers, and unfortunately, I think it's 13 plus.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
13
Sucks.
plus is not paying much
the
either.
main thing I hope is that it's it's 13 plus, so it's 24 to 6 or something, or 30 to 6 is you can get. It's not good, but I just hope it's not fucking.
I tell you what, what's
50 to
is that 11.5? The line there, Edward, in terms of
I've taken Panthers with the line. I've gone.
I'm
Panthers,
just having a
Panthers.
look. I just need to, obviously, Dan and we work for competing betting companies. I just need to check a line in a rugby league game to see whether Eddie and I are going to be responsibly beating the fuck out of it.
While you do that, Sorensen's the only Panthers player injured, and he's probably going to play this week.
No way.
So they're full strength.
They're so good.
No.
Is Sorensen coming in?
He's probably going to play.
He's expected to play, yeah. And he's their only injury.
Rando was of the belief that he...
Kangaroos coach has named his preliminary squad for the Pacific Championships.
Ponga in there?
It's not official,
Correct.
but
Oh, okay, it's not official.
nah.
Oh,
Rando
we'll go
was
through it anyway.
saying with the week off, right, why would you put him on the extended bench if you didn't think he was going to play? Why wouldn't you just put him in?
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's
Mind
been...
games.
They've had...
But
mind games with Scotty Sorensen, is that mind games?
Yeah, I'm not sure. All right, so this is the reported squad. Barnett, Best, Burton, Carrigan, Cleary, DCE, Coates, Collins, Cotter, Crichton, Dearden, Edwards, Grant, Hunt, Jacob Kiraz. No way!
Wow.
That is so well deserved. Zach Lomax, Liam Martin, Mitchell Moses, Cam Munster, Cam Murray, Nanai, Robson, Staggs, The Hammer, Teddy, Jake Trbojevic, Tom Trbojevic, Connor Watson, Isaiah Yeo, and Hudson Young.
Connor Watson, that's cool.
That's hot.
Love that for Connor.
Hot
I'm
pirate.
shocked.
Tom
by the Tommy
Trbojevic
one.
doesn't
I'm
need
sure
to-
he's going to go to the knife.
For the fucking love of God.
He wants to play for his nation.
I get it, dude. I do get it. And I respect you. Because you know what? We've just been talking about people that don't want to represent their nation. So
If
how
that's
can
the case and he can get away with it, go for gold, brother.
Can you, when you get a sec, do reportedly? This is reportedly.
How
squad?
long's a fucking AC keep you out for? Grade 3.
Well, if you need a Rico, you fucking.
It's not a Rico for an AC, is it? Oh, that's not shoulder reconstruction. It's an AC. Again, I don't know.
Asking
at
the wrong-
all.
you're
No,
asking
I have
the
no
wrong
idea.
guy.
I just didn't think AC was shoulder Rico.
I think I don't know. Yeah, an ace. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to. I can't really remember, to be honest. But
Sure. Again, whatever, Tommy. You do you, brother. But like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm actually surprised by that.
it's a man that loves his bloody country. That's
Loves
for
his
sure.
nation.
Yeah,
loves
loves
his
his
nation.
Just on Sorensen, it says he's racing the clock still at this point. So
Stop racing the clock, buddy. I've got Garner anytime, first, second, or third. Let's just stop racing.
What
the
are we
clock.
racing the clock for? You
What
know,
are we
you got 2
racing?
days. Well, just come back in the grand final.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
go look at Granny,
Because
mate.
I've got Gunner any time.
Yeah, I've got
That's
him.
just time.
Well, I've also got him first, second, or third. So if you come back into the starting side, Garner to the bench, I'm in some serious fucking trouble. So just fucking relax.
They're going to ask him after, like, why didn't you play? And it's because HSB had
Yeah.
Garner any time. So
Yeah.
not a dog.
I'm not a dog. I'm not going to dog the boys.
Yeah, no,
You been watching any Netflix lately? Oh, Shogun, record amount of Emmys ever got.
Oh, really?
really?
No, I
Yep.
love Shogun.
Shogun was
They
good.
won a record amount of.
Did you
Emmys.
watch the Jake Gyllenhaal one on Apple fucking whatever?
Yeah.
That was a good show.
That was so. That's a
Innocent,
good remake.
prove me innocent. Innocent.
Innocent until proven presumed innocent.
Yeah, presumed
Presumed
innocent.
Fucking good.
That was good. The
That
twist
was
at the end was good. Obviously, you won't spoil it. Have you watched? Are you watching the Netflix one with the Menendez brothers?
No,
Fucking scat, bro.
it's a doco. Yeah.
No, it's an actual like it's on a
Oh,
true story,
oh,
and it's
cool.
got like you know
I
that
know
guy,
the story.
You know the guy from No Country. Don't tell me because I don't know it, so I'm watching it blind. You know the guy in No Country for Old Men.
You
that-
get blind and watch it.
No, I'm watching it blind.
I'm joking.
Got me 1-0. But yeah, watch it. It's fucking scat.
Okay. No, I haven't
I'm
watched
probably
that.
not, I don't want to watch it if it's scarred.
No, like it's
See, I still didn't watch that reindeer babies or whatever. Like fucking.
Baby
it's not-
Reindeer.
actually, it is.
Baby
kind of-
Reindeer was hard to watch. I'm actually surprised I got through that.
There was one episode that was super hard to watch.
I
on that one.
hated that episode
I
so
was like,
much.
please.
Made me feel sick.
You know what? Maybe don't watch this one then, because there was a last night I was about to fast forward through a certain bit.
Yeah,
So,
I don't like that stuff.
My wife doesn't watch that shit. So like, if I'm gonna watch it, I gotta, like, I need.
well, you're not allowed to watch anything because you don't watch any movies.
Well, I
remember?
got too many children.
Perfect Couples is good. or
Haven't we
whatever
come
it is.
such a long way away from when he literally said he literally has no time to watch
Dude, that was when they were newborns, dickhead. It was when they were newborns. Now I got some time.
Now
Even
you're
then,
better.
I don't even have
It wasn't.
time.
It wasn't. They weren't newborn.
Yeah, it was.
Nah.
Like
Yeah,
6
it
months
was,
ago.
brother.
That was like that was last year. So it was 2.
No, it wasn't.
Now he's got like literally watched everything.
Yes, it was.
No. Mate, now I got a fucking 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. It's different. You wouldn't get it. But I'm going to be fucked again when I have my new one. So I'll be back to not watching shit.
All right. That's us done, guys. Get some good day. BeGoodHealth.com.au. Grumpycoffee.com.au. And as usual, we'll go and fuck ourselves. Thank you.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.